Hello, YouTube. Okay, for one, I'm sorry my lighting sucks. It's actually 8 in the morning right now. Okay, well, it's 1 minute till 9, but it's 8 in the morning right now, and this is my lighting. This is how bad my lighting is. I'm sorry. So, now before I start off this vlog, I do want to push a parental guidance. This show is not for kids. If you are a younger audience, do not continue watching this. Or you can continue watching this. I will have a cuss jar, though, just in case. Just because, well, I do have to cuss even while talking about where they are. But, yeah, if you're a kid, don't watch this show. I am a 14-year-old who has seen 17 rated R movies, 3 of which have had sex scenes in them. And you know what? I still have to turn my eyes from a few things in this. So, yeah. With that said, if you're another about 14-year-old who has seen a lot of rated R movies and for some odd reason keeps count, then you can probably take what's in this, but you might have to shy away from a few things. But aside from that, yeah, you should probably be fine. But if you're underneath that age limit, then you should probably not watch this show, refrain from watching it. So yeah, okay, I just want to put that out there. Okay, so what we got here is we got another superhero in Hell's Kitchen. Like I said, I would need this. And her name is Jessica Jones. Although for some odd reason they never really bring up how this is Hell's Kitchen. They just sort of say it is. We hope you got that. Yeah, you actually had to read the description of the show on Netflix to find out where they are and why the nurse from Daredevil is in here. Now, isn't that kind of a letdown? Okay. So, in the last episode, they actually say, oh, they're getting help from a neighborhood friend. When they say that, you would say, okay, where are they? They're in Hell's Kitchen. So, that would have to mean that they're getting help from Daredevil, right? No, they're getting help from Daredevil's friend who's a nurse. It's like calling the Avengers and then getting, I don't know, a sidekick or something. It just doesn't feel right. I felt very let down at that. So, outside of that kind of let down at the end, Daredevil is what sort of pushed me to watch the show, because I found out that they were in Hell's Kitchen. Wow, I've had to use this a lot this morning, and pretty much I was just like, okay, this show, I've heard that it's gone time to Daredevil in some way, so I really enjoy Daredevil. You can go see a vlog on that. I'll put a link in the description that I've done on it. And it's a great show. Daredevil is a great show. But it's better than this show. Now, the reason I say this is because even though Daredevil does go very dark and gritty, it does have some more happier moments or some more optimistic characters. Some more of the characters on Daredevil do at least have some optimism for their city that they're helping. In Jessica Jones, they couldn't give a crap. They're sort of like, man, the city could rot or it could cause world peace. We wouldn't care anyway. We wouldn't care either way. So there's not really that sense of optimism in the show that at least Daredevil had a bit of. And so this is like the only show I've actually heard myself say, okay, get in some comedy relief. Get in a comedy relief. I need it. I really need it. Granted, that might just have been because I was marathoning this TV show until 5 in the morning. Well, technically 5:51 in the morning, but it could be either reason. So pretty much on the show, we are following up with Jessica Jones in alias investigations after she was in a car accident, got her powers, and after she was controlled by Kilgrave, aka the Purple Man. So pretty much following up with her after she has found out that Kilgrave is still alive, he's still using his powers for evil. So she's going to go out and try and stop him because she has been on the other end of that. She doesn't want anyone else to go through that. So now she's gonna go out there without her costume. Yeah, you know that kind of popular costume that she had out of the few people that read the comics, like all the tens of people that read the comics. Yeah. She pretty much looks at that costume once, which is actually kind of a nice little nod. And then she's just like, yo, why would I wear that? So that was kind of funny. So yeah, no costume in this. She's actually just wearing pretty normal clothes. Clothes I might dress up for next Halloween. Why do I think about this stuff so early? And so now she's going out there and she's gonna stop Kilgrave. Along the way, she meets with a cop named Samson, who has been controlled by Kilgrave as well, and Luke Cage, who is also known as Power Man, who you might recognize if you watch Ultimate Spider-Man, but let's just say on this show he's a whole lot different. So I do like the overall story, and I do really love the direction that they went with the Purple Man, although I'll talk about him later. But what they do with Jessica Jones and Luke Cage, I don't really like. Now, I know they sort of got this straight out of the comics, and I do applaud. I do have to say this. Thank you for making Jessica Jones not the slow brat that I wanted to hit in the face. Seriously. In all these little comic book panels I've seen of it, I really just wanted to punch her in the face. Like, one comic book panel, and I wanted to hit her right in the face. But she just looked that annoying to me. But hey, luckily here, I did not get that reaction. She actually seemed like a semi-normal person. Aside from, the fact that she has powers and everything. So, yeah, I do like what they did with her. But she's still not a character I could really get behind. Now, maybe this is just because I'm 14 and it's sort of like an age thing, but I just really could not get behind this character. There was just nothing I really saw that was that heroic in her. Aside from, like, some of these flashback scenes, and one of the scenes with the Purple Man, strangely, where she actually does seem pretty heroic, like she wanted to do some good back then. But, yeah, they pretty much just sort of stopped it there. She didn't really seem like she could care about what happens about people, and that can be a bit of a problem seeing as she's a freaking superhero, but maybe that's just me. And with what they do with Luke Cage, I pretty much just have the same reaction over. I mean, they don't do him terribly. Actually, they do these characters a whole lot more justice than I thought they would. But there are still some things I don't really like about it, like, okay, mind my language here, but I'm guessing that if you're watching this video, then you've probably already seen the show, so probably heard worse words than this. Jessica Jones, in my opinion, is a slut. I don't know if that counts for the cuss jar, but I'm not going to input it. So, really, I don't like what they did with her in the whole entire fact that she always has sex. I don't really like that part. But aside from that, and the drinking thing, I didn't really mind her. I mean, she was actually a pretty good character to follow. Um, and then we have Trish, who I don't mind. I mean, she was actually a pretty cool character. Or at least by the end she was. If you've seen the show, then you know why. And I really do think that she was a whole lot cooler by the end. So that was something really nice that they did improve on this character and making her a whole lot more interesting to follow with the whole Sarah Jessica Jones story. And Samson, I actually felt kind of bad for by the end. And he's one of the reasons I am curious as to what season 2 is going to be like, if they're even going to have one. But yeah, I'm pretty curious as to what those other kids on the video, on that videotape, on the hard drive thing are from, what they're doing now, like all those other super kids, and what's going on with pretty much everything that's going on with this. Like, okay, so pretty much everything going on with Samson. I want to know how he got wrapped into this, what he was doing beforehand, because they say that they're getting him back into this, so I don't know what they mean by that. I want to find out. So yeah, that was pretty interesting. That was pretty something that I'm waiting for. Something that I want to see in season 2. And then we have that lesbian girl whose name I forgot. Who's sort of like that lawyer. Now one thing that's interesting about her is that they did do a gender swap. That is something I kept on reminding myself throughout this show. This was originally a boy character, and when you take that into the equation, it's not as creepy. It doesn't feel as weird. But when you don't, it just kind of feels strange to me. At least me. So pretty much that's what I gotta say about her. She's a cool character outside that kind of strange thing. Um. So now after them, we have but one character left. Oh, and this was my favorite character on the show. It's Kilgrave, aka Purple Man. Oh my god. I love this guy. I love what they do with him. This actor, I do think, is a very good actor. He can be serious at times, but he can also have the eccentric side to acting, too. So this guy is a very good actor. And, okay, for the only 5 episodes of Doctor Who I have seen, yeah, Doctor Who fans get outraged in the comments if you're watching this, those are all the episodes with the guy who plays Purple Man in them. So I thought that he was a really good actor in that, and I think that he's a very good actor here. He does great with this performance. He can be serious, he can be threatening, but he can also be a lot of fun. This guy is pretty much the comedy relief part of the show. And you know what? By the end, I was actually thinking, okay, please don't kill this guy off. Oh my god, you bastards. How dare you kill him off? Because yes, they do have to kill him off in the end. And actually, kind of a fast East revenge plan. Like, Jessica Jones has been going after this guy for so long. Does she get revenge? She breaks his neck. Like, she doesn't really build up to the killing or anything. It's just sort of just like, nah, okay, let's go. That's pretty much it. That's really pretty much what happens in Kilgrave's death scene, and I was so disappointed about that. But everything else that happened with him, I thought was just awesome. Now, there is kind of like this question that people kind of got with, like, Silence of the Lambs and Red Dragon. Like, okay, which one's worse? A psychopath loving you or hating you? And this show does both of those. So you know what? I say both. They're both pretty equally bad, even though I think that hating them is probably worse. This show shows both sides and how they can both be bad. And you know what? It shows it great. I love what they did with Kilgrave. He is the part of this show that I absolutely adored. I love how they did him. I love what they did with him. And I just love how the actor portrays him. And his backstory is actually kind of interesting. And he's actually one of the first villains I've actually seen say, you know what, I can actually turn over a new leaf. If given the right guidance, I can do this. And you know what? Jessica Jones, you screwed it up. This guy could cause world peace. And yet, you just say, no, I won't work with him because I don't trust him. He could cause world peace or something. Come on, what's wrong with you, Jessica? Come on. This guy could have been, like, the ultimate force for good if you just put him in the right direction. And yet you just say, no, I can't trust him because I can't trust him. Even though he has spent so long trying to gain my trust. Wow, I'm an idiot. So, pretty much, I love Kilgrave on this show. He is the best part of this. If you're gonna watch this show, watch it for Kilgrave. He is a blast in this. He is absolutely the best part. And all the other things in the show are good. I do like the darker feeling for Marvel. And yeah, I've heard that they were trying to do the Defenders and everything. And am I the only one who kind of hoped at the end credits we would sort of see like the thing with Daredevil? Like maybe him popping up saying, what, you thought I was going to be in this last episode? No, I'm not. Or I kind of thought like he would come into Jessica's apartment saying, hey, I'm getting a team together, they're going to be called the Defenders. Keep an eye out. Or something like that. I sort of thought that something like that would have happened, but, you know, the nurse lady was fine too. So I thought it was pretty cool on how they do tie into Daredevil. I love what they did with Kilgrave. But there are some very mature things for this. So if you're going to go and watch it, make sure you know what you're getting into. But if you do, if you already know, then it will just be fun. Or at least it'll be fun with Kilgrave. So that's pretty much all I gotta say about it. And yeah, bye.